starti aperto. Ho giocato contro Pido a Perugia, ha sculato e lui ha fatto degli errori.
Mucho.
But at least I think it's strong against a lot of fans. I'm not sure of the details, but yeah.
I don't know why I'm here.
Because the other table said no, so I had to get someone with
Yeah.
I know Lorenzo.
I will say always yes.
No, digo que no sé cómo he ganado dos.
You know that I will always say yes to streaming. I love looking to stream, so I love to be part of. Roma.
¿Es Carlos?
Sí,
¿Carlos qué?
Viana, con V. Sí, no, una N. Sí.
¿Dónde está?
Barcelona.
¿Barcelona?
Pineda de Mar. Sí, Pineda de Mar.
Signore con Barcellona. Do you support Barcelona?
Yeah?
Do you support Barça?
No, I don't like elite football. I like the game, so I can. No.
Ok. Yeah. Well, the difference is flight assistant rather than R3. I don't have this response. Qué perro.
Gracias. Okay.
So what's your list? Mine is. I think you know mine. Tactician too. Whoa. You have to start a secret move to try before the game because he is really bad. Countermeasure is on Dengar, right?
In two.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Uno dei miei amici era
How many?
99.
99. Yours? No, I'm 100.
Okay, so you have PS9 and
9
6.
6, yeah.
Okay, I have 3, and 11. So it doesn't matter so much. I think I'll take it.
Okay. Bye, Luis.
Can we start? These are my rocks.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's fine. Yeah. So, wanna cut? Okay. Right. Okay. So, I have the Hai sentito questa voce Mauri?
L'ho sentita pure io! L'ho fatto!
Prega di non trovarlo.
Ma qui perdo, quindi!
Faccio a pezzo sto giro.
Più odio che amore, mi sa!
How come I only get 88 points? ¿Cómo es que solo tengo 88 puntos aquí? Tenga,
Ricorda
maestría,
molto
estratega y
bene.
contramedidas. Sarge con Lats, contramedidas y maestría.
Ah, la maestría. Estratega, contramedidas. Ah, punish one. Yeah,
¿Dónde está la carta?
Vale, ok.
Ah, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, for me it's okay.
Yeah, but if they find out.
Yeah, that he lost before. He had in there. He had. For me, if it's on the list, it's okay.
Okay.
Stadio.
For me it's okay, yeah. I can say I saw the card before. So for me it's okay.
Yo, so huge neat.
It's in the list. For me, it's fine.
Yeah. ¿Dónde está?
We lost the title.
The punish one.
The punish one card. For me it's okay. But maybe you want to fight. We can play it. For me it's fine. It's on the list.
So the list?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so does he have to find it or what will happen with it? It's fine. It's fine?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I got versus say it's fine. You say it's fine, so it's fine for me.
Okay.
It's 11.
Yeah, I know.
And this one is inside.
Try to take one for the next if you have someone to lend you. Because if your adversary says you have not, you have not.
Okay, welcome back. Round 3's underway. I need to put the timer on the screen and get it going. 1 hour 6.
Okay.
Start. Okay. So everything underway. We'll be back in chat in just a moment. I should have a commentary partner. He's just sitting down now. I'm joined by Łukasz Bożyzny. What part of Poland were you from again? I don't remember.
Warsaw.
Warsaw, yeah? Okay. Warszawa. Okay. So you've already been knocked out, huh?
Yeah.
What were you playing this weekend?
So I was playing the Miranda.
Yeah?
Mine, let's say, own version with experimental interface cornernet and ion bombs on Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
Harpoon TLT Sabine.
Yeah.
And on NIM bomblet generate on harpoons.
And it didn't work out too well for you. What did you come up against?
So the first one was a mirror match about against my friend from Warsaw.
Oh, okay.
Trojanowski.
Mm-hmm.
Krzysztof Trojanowski, and he's, let's say, playing this list longer, and his list is better fit against the mirror match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it ended up his NIM was 1 point more expensive than my Miranda. His NIM was on 1 health, my Miranda was on 2 health, and they called the time. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So it was a very intense, close game.
Uh-huh. And that was your second game?
That was my first game.
Okay.
The second game was about against a chap from UK,
Yes.
Gary.
Gary
Uh,
Ashbolt.
I think yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
With Rapo. And so that game, I had the list advantage, but he was flying his list very, very well, and he outflew me simply.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Yeah. I made some poor choices. He made better choices for those 50-50 decisions, and it went out for him. So I killed half his ray. My ray then died, and Miranda was alive, and I couldn't catch his paw.
Okay. What we need to address here is that we're watching another Lawful Rebel matchup. This is the third Lawful Rebel we've seen today. I've been lucky enough not to find two of them together, but every single round I've had one. And it's not been through design. Obviously, I've gone with the first round. I knew I wanted to watch Mishari, and Mishari is randomly paired against Jack Mooney from the UK, who's also playing Lawful Rebel. Last round we had one of the Italian guys. I picked someone Italian against a Turkish guy. I've never seen anyone from Turkey before, so I figured I'd get a Turkish player on the stream. And the Italian player's playing the Italian player wasn't. It was the Turkish guy that was playing Lawful Rebel. And so now we get. I did want another table, but one of the players didn't want to go on stream. He's too nervous. So I had to quickly pick somebody else, and I was going along the lineup, and I know Lorenzo. I've not seen him in about a year, so I figure I'll put Lorenzo on, and he's paired up against a Spanish player, so that makes it a little bit easier for me as well, with regards to communication and having collaborated with him. One of the things we should mention right now, if you're an eagle-eyed watcher looking at the stream, you will notice that the Dengar only has 3 upgrade cards, whereas the list has 4 upgrade cards listed: Expertise, Tactician, Countermeasures, and the Punishing 1 title. He appears to have misplaced his Punishing 1 title. So they quickly consulted the judge, and they said, well, as the Punishing 1 is on your printed list, you're fine to keep going. So both players are 2-0, so they're already through to the next stage of competition. So let's see which one of them can come out of this round unscathed and have everything to play for in round 2, stage 2.
Yeah, this Dengar as such list seems to be fit up for local fan.
It works well, with expertise.
Twice expertise, countermeasures, and tactician on Dengar.
Excellent.
Which can, let's say, result in double stressing ghost before shooting, or double stressing fan.
And Dengar is still a powerful ship, huh?
Yeah. Dengar's Dengar.
It's confusing now that they got rid of all those upgrade icons on them.
The front,
because you see the card and it's like, and there's no, because what was it? The whole idea was when that thing was leaked through the playtesters, it was said that they were going to remove the upgrades from the upgrade bar, but they were going to add them to the title, and so the Punishing 1 would still have them, but they didn't do the second part of adding them to the title for whatever. Maybe it's because that information was false. Maybe it's because they decided to withhold that to see how things developed before putting them back into the market. And so now when you like sit there and go, I want to look at what I'm going to put on a Punishing 1, you suddenly sit there and go, oh no, I can't put the droid on there, I can't put extra torpedoes on there. So it's a bit confusing.
But he's still a very good ship. And
a very good ship.
Here I think he is still balanced.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's
strong, yeah.
Yes, so getting rid of this droid allows players to play around his, let's say, with the old K4 trick, around his ability, yes, because he loses the 3 bank green to the right direction. Yeah. So that's still, I think, a very good ship, and this was a proper call. But I think, as you mentioned, the third level, I was walking around, and there's tons of those.
There's loads, huh?
Tons of those.
At the beginning, I walked down the sides of the 2 rows of tables and just looked along each row, and I could see at least 1 Lawful Rebel on every single row of tables.
Yeah.
And basically they've got, it's about 12 tables per, or 6 tables per row. So you're looking at about like somewhere around 15 to 20% of the.
In stage 2 it will be even more.
If you what? Stage 2 will be even more, of course.
It could be even more
as they weed people out. Now we'll take advantage of the slight lull in progress of this game for now to mention, for full transparency, that Lukasz joins me now because I saw him hanging around. He had nothing to do, but also because I know Lukasz very well. He is one of my Patreon supporters, isn't that right, Lukasz?
Yes, always.
So I shake your hand for that. So let's just take the moment to plug the Patreon and let everyone know that is the reason why we are here today. Every single penny that goes into Patreon, without doubt, because there's even more that still comes out of my pocket. But yeah, we do the best we can. We're obviously spending a lot of money on transport, traveling to different countries and stuff like that. This weekend we've got to go through 4G internet, so that's not cheap either. But there's a lot of stuff we're doing, and every single penny that gets given to me on Patreon goes to help supporting this kind of content that you're watching this weekend. So please do consider, if you're not already on there. One of the things I will address, and obviously with Lukasz here, is there's not much in return of rewards. And I know that, and I'd like to do something about that, but it's kind of an uphill struggle with everything I'm spending at the moment to go to these events, and for equipment and stuff like that. I'd like to get to make things a little bit better. So there's not much in the way of rewards, but then, as I say, at the same time, I'm not asking you to give more than what you feel comfortable with. It starts at $1. There's no real difference if you want to give more.
The reward is this. That's our reward.
That's one way to look at it.
Because we got, I think, the best stream in the world now in Europe. Yeah, yeah, because it's on your stream you can see everything. You have always proper upgrades, very clear. You know the stand. You have proper crits, everything.
Excellent.
No one does it this way.
Yeah, it's true. And I try not to get it too complicated. I don't like to have a whole bunch of, like, for example, and I'll speak out to other streamers. We've got, for example, the VTTV guys. I admire them 100%. I've followed their stream since the beginning when they started, and their work was excellent. Nowadays, they've got all these animated things that show up to show you cards and stuff like that, and I think it just it gets a bit too much clutter on the screen. And then now you've got Gold Squadron as well. They're doing a lot of promotional work, and so they put a lot of logos and information on the screen as well. So I try to keep it as simple as possible and try not to go too far. Like, for example, that MOV bar that's underneath the round timer at the moment, that getting that in there was kind of like me going, at maximum I don't want to put anything more than 20 pixels high on the screen. So that's why it's a bit small. People looking on mobile devices have kind of turned around and told me it's too small, I can't read it. And I was like, really, if you want to be watching this, you want to be watching it on a large screen. You don't want to be watching it on your phone. I can understand if you're in a situation where the phone is the only option you've got, but you really need to be experiencing this exactly the same way as you would a football match, where you're sat at home and you've got your big screen TV and you're watching it in conditions.
You would be seeing even less on the big screen. On the small screen.
Yeah, no,
football,
absolutely. Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't be able to tell who's who.
I think that's very clear. You see the game state.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing here, and this is what you see on your stream. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can really quite well judge distances, everything. So that's I think the big value.
Because you weren't in Germany, were you?
Yeah.
You were at Germany?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No, I was just saying, one of the things that was interesting about being at Germany was that there were two streams taking place.
Yeah.
And a lot of people always ask about having the camera for the stream being directly above the play area. That's always been something I've been against, because you've got things like, for example, the Ghost or the Decimator that are so big that you can't see the base underneath them. But there's also the fact that it just it makes everything, because to be able to get the whole play area in, you have to get the camera pretty high up, which means that all these objects are now further away from the camera and you lose detail. So now when we're looking at the table at this angular perspective, if they choose to roll dice in the part of the table that's closest to the camera, we can see it perfectly. There's absolutely no problem whatsoever. And so there's no need for me to, using this side-on angle, the kind of natural angle where if you were watching the table from the side, I get the advantage that I don't have to use dice boxes or dice cams and stuff like that. I can see, and like I say once again, if you're watching on a small screen, you probably don't get the you probably can't see all the results, dice results, because, and that's why I call them out to you as much as I can. But if you were watching on a large screen, exactly the same as myself here, you'd be able to tell at home what those dice results are. If you really are that bored of listening to my voice, put the mute on, and you'll be able to follow the game just as well.
Yeah, that can be a very interesting engagement. Then the next round is crucial.
Yeah.
Because I think it's out of range for both, for the Ghost and for Fen now. Assange and Dengar are in some. Assange is in a nice spot, but Dengar will be having tough time to get there. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see what Carlos will decide to do here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if you have a shoot.
No.
Yes.
Oh, it's
So
actually
range for Assange.
So it's in range
Through a rock.
and there's no countermeasures or blinkers.
Yeah, your dice.
Yeah, countermeasures, no.
No, he's not spent countermeasures.
Okay. I attack.
And the Lone Wolf will be on the edge between Assange and Dengar.
So 2 hits and a blank.
Through a rock, so I don't know.
1 evade, 1 focus, 1 blank, sorry.
Done. We've got center jump. Focus on the bay.
He spends the evade, so no damage done.
To the Ghost.
Low for rebel fires back with TLT on the Sarge, through a rock. Gets 1 hit, 1 crit and a focus. The Sarge rolls 3.
Range.
Free. No range, not range because it's
TLT.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
Oh, 2 dice. 1 for the agility value, 1 for the rock.
3.
2 focus and 1 blank.
Massage.
Takes the shield. 1, 2 and a blank. Looks like it's probably a focus, the one that's on the card.
What the fuck?
Why?
What the fuck? That's nice.
So Assange is starting to follow very quickly.
Yeah.
We're closer to the action.
1 and a focus. 1 hit and a focus.
Yeah. Yeah, one.
And gets.
No, so I'm using mole. I'm using mole to roll this. And Ezra.
So with more, and Ezra gets 2 and a crit. Assange is going to lose her last shield from rolling blanks.
Last shot.
And the last shot from the TLT gets 3 natural hits and nothing that Assange could do to stop that.
That's becoming very difficult to
This is the problem with the Lothal Fen, no? It's got a consistent damage output and there's not much you can do to stop it, and so you have to have a list that puts a lot of damage back onto the Lothal Rebel to be able to counteract that, to be able to make sure it's not just stacking up against you.
Yeah. So you need to have something that can go against with the damage race, especially that this list has only passive modifiers and has PS11 boost. So at the end of the day, if you have only rocks like here, and you really do not care what maneuver you can take, at least it's not red.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. As long as it's not red, you do whatever maneuver.
Let's say I had one approach this list, played few games with it, back at home in Poland, and 2 games I won in a way that I just put random maneuver on Lothal, just checking 2 things.
Yeah.
Not red, not flying off the board.
Yeah.
Just it. And I was able to win those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that shows the high floor.
Wasn't it that we recently saw images from the RonCon, the Ron Brannan get-together that they have before Worlds, where Paul Heaver does his presentation, and the first slide said that, was a quote from Jeremy Howard, that any idiot could go 4-2 with Lothal Fen.
Yeah, almost yes.
Yeah?
Almost yes.
Yeah.
So
and that's one of the problems with, I shouldn't say it's a problem, but for example, when you've got, so a lot of people said this year Okay. Oh, we like this new system open format because MOV doesn't matter. Because obviously the progress is based on your win record. But then the problem is that when your progress is based on your win record, then people are going to bring those lists, like the Lothal Fen, that have got a more proven track record for winning.
Yeah. That's one. But I like this system, despite the fact that it once it has beat me in the butt. It was in Germany, because I was the first 4-2, so the first after the cut. But still, it's on other hand, it allows those other lists, different than local fan that bleed MOV and are constant to go in.
Yeah.
That's another, let's say, advantage.
Yeah, of course.
Like those lists, I don't know, 3-4 jump masters.
Yeah.
Right now. Asash has to bail out.
Trying to make sure he gets range.
Yeah, but still, that's one thing. She bailed out, but okay. It's very likely that Lothal Fen is going to shooting with one shot, and this is the case that Lothal Fen likes, really. Yes?
Yeah.
With sensor jammers, evade, and mods from Fen.
Oh, it looks like he might have got himself onto the rock.
Yeah, that. Okay.
Shame.
It should be a 2-bank.
Yeah. Just too close and takes damage.
Okay, so that's almost game over.
You reckon it's that far? Yeah.
I think yes. Dengar is now.
Dengar's obviously in the position now where he's going to take 4 damage this turn.
He can. He will take 4 damage with no shot on return. So you get.
It's a bad situation.
You will get fully healthy Lothal.
Yeah.
Fully healthy Fen.
Yeah.
Against half of Dengar and almost half of Asash.
Yeah. It's a bad situation for Carlos.
But I'm not sure how.
So.
Because I would like to shoot to Dengar, but I don't think that I have any chance to do that. I'll try to
I hope
boost
that stage 2 you won't get.
So he's going to use the coordinate to boost left.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
With Fen.
Slight assist.
No.
Doesn't fit.
So the barrel is pointless. There, maybe. Then next turn I don't know what to do. Let's stay here. I'll do coordinate focus on the ghost. Combat.
Take a focus to ensure that he fits Dengar 4 times.
Yeah.
Is he ranged? No, he's not. Okay.
No, even worse. If he has range to Asash.
Yeah, if he's managed to fire on Asash, we might be looking at taking Asash down to 2 hull.
Yeah, through the rock.
I think
So 3 dice.
So firing on Dengar.
no, that's Asash firing on. No, it's firing on Dengar. Okay.
Dengar, yeah.
In.
Tick tock, tick tock. The damage clock goes against Carlos. And he's losing his temper with his dice. One hit this time. Is he gonna? He's gonna maul one.
I'll take a step.
And doesn't get anything out of it. So just one, and he manages to save one. So
Shot. And
2 focuses and a hit. Takes
Okay, he spent the focus, so it's gone.
maneuvers.
So not an easy situation to be in right now. Where do you think we're going to be seeing Dengar go from here? Because he's got.
I personally would go 1 hard to the left.
Of course, yeah, with the 1 hard.
to ensure he should miss Mr. Torque by millimeters, and to ensure that you will have local in arc. Yes.
So to kind of turn this way, get back into there. Is it possible to use a barrel roll to maybe move himself into a position to avoid getting right in? Because the low full fen's obviously going to do a 2-turn, huh?
Yeah, probably yes.
Somewhere along that sort of lines.
Because I do not think that it would make any sense for the flop open player to bail out here. Yes?
Yeah.
Then play safe, because Assange is on the way out of the game. She will not shoot this turn. Yes? So he has perfect situation to...
I'm just worried about Dengar being in range 1 front arc of that low full rebel.
That might cause problems. Yes, but at the end of the day, Dengar has 5 life. Yes?
Yeah.
So it's possible to one-shot it, really. With the crit from Ezra.
There we go. Okay, we just got ranking information.
And the Dengar player has to play aggressively, because if he starts running, then he has already 2 ships almost on half.
What's going on?
Okay, should I go? Yeah. I'm risking 1 rank.
Oh, I don't have a button to do this.
It's okay, I think. And the action is ready? Yeah. If you want, I can do for you. Whatever you prefer.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so low full fen went right. Now let's see where Dengar had to end up going.
Dengar?
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, the action, sorry.
No, erase.
Okay.
And this again.
That's a risk again.
Yeah, so I need to try because if I
too hard. Another rock? That's
no
very
way.
close.
Yeah, okay.
It can be another
It's
rock.
going to be on rock again.
I mean slide.
Yeah.
Okay, tough.
That's the reason I suggested card 1.
Yeah.
With card 1, he can
Another damage.
Dengar's
down to half points without really having to do much.
Yeah, with card draw or 1 and barrel roll out, he could be.
When they started the matchup, Lorenzo said that this matchup was in Carlos's favor. But it would just seem that through a series of errors, Carlos has...
especially that you have double expertise, so on a joust, local can be, let's say, back.
Yeah. Do you hear me fine when I talk?
Yeah.
Okay, but just in case. So I obviously hear you perfectly with this. Like, just in case, because it's a bit noisy.
No, it's quite quiet here for a system open.
True, we're something like 272 players, I think it was, in the end. Which, as the opens go, what was it? We had 150 something in Copenhagen. We had 500 in the UK if you count somebody that stayed in bed. But his friend signed him up, registered him, but he stayed in bed and didn't come down to something like round 3. But it was 499 with 500 with the guy that was in bed. What was the other one? Then Hanover was like 331. Poland, you had something like 370,
I think, or 50. 300, between 350 and 70. Something like this. There was 370 signed up, and I think 350 was... I'm not sure here.
Hanover was 369. I think if you go on List Juggler, Krakow shows up as being 331.
Okay, so that might be...
Okay,
some people dropped.
4 hits out the rear arc on Dengar.
He's dead.
Yeah.
From the primary shot.
and Carlos having some bad dice.
Yeah, but he sparked himself twice on the rock.
Yeah, of course. Having some bad.
I'm sorry.
He calls the game.
I think he just called the game. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a wise decision because it was a waste of time. I think. For both of them.
Well, let me just double check that with them. If that is it, thank you very much. Let's have a quick look at Lukas is here. Lukas, you may have heard on the Minox Squadron podcast not too long ago,
yeah, some time ago.
And you've also seen him on here a couple of times. Yeah, you're at Madrid. I recall. I filmed you. And
so basically, I'm almost on every system open this season. Only
it's true, huh?
I only left out Birmingham because I'm planning to go to Euro. So.
Okay, excellent. So, like I say, thank you very much for your help. Thank you for your contribution to Patreon, and hopefully see you again soon. And good luck in Hangar Bay, huh?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay, Carlos, commiserations. That was a terrible loss for you.
Yeah.
Tell me, you were saying just now you've only practiced once to get against the low 4 Rebel. You've only practiced once against low 4 Rebel.
Yeah, just one time with my my friend, and he do like the same. Yeah. Because I'm not practice with this squad. Yeah, I play it with front row and other guys. Yeah. So and everybody tell, oh, this squad is the meta, the hardest, and I'm start a little bit nervous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and my first time on streaming.
Okay.
And I try to do damage. Yeah. So Dengar, Dengar down drive. Dengar can pivot well. Yeah. Because I have just 1 or 2 moves to do something to attack, and I need to try, because if I spend too much time with this kind of squad, he with the tail T, damage, and I go fast. I went so fast, and 2 rounds without attack.
Okay.
I can administrate.
You got yourself into a poor position, and there was not really much you had to escape from that. Vale, pues, so now we'll do a brief interview in Spanish to make sure Carlos feels a bit more comfortable. Pues dime, entonces, que los otros 2 partidos que has tenido, has ganado.
Sí, he ganado bien.
¿Contra qué fue?
Pues he ganado contra Landa, Omega y Vader.
Sí.
Una partida interesante. Tuve suerte porque yo al llevar maestrías, él tampoco, o sea, el primero le maté a Omega, entonces ya, o sea, la cosa cambió mucho. Y le entraba. Ha sido una partida bastante buena, o sea, no había nada que me tensionara, las maestrías estaban funcionando. Y bueno, ahí ha estado bien. Me han quitado en las 2 partidas que he hecho, me han quitado 70 puntos.
Sí.
Pero bueno, luego he jugado contra Centella y Chirinao. Y he hecho un planteamiento de partida muy bueno, me ha salido todo bien, solo que al chico también le ha salido súper bien. Le entraban todos los palpa críticos, palpa esquiva. Vale. Entonces, esa partida ha sido muy ajustada, la última, pero he tenido la suerte de que le había puesto el crítico de habilidad 0 y estábamos a 2 y 3 de vida, y en la última ronda me ha tocado atacar antes.
Sí.
Y he podido ganar.
Pues eso, ya está. Igualmente, da igual el resultado de esta partida, seguías en la competición para la siguiente ronda, ¿no? Entonces que aún tienes todo para jugar.
Claro, sí, aparte soy bastante principiante, yo solo 1 año jugando y estoy muy contento. Realmente, o sea, nunca había estado en una mesa 2 ni en primera fila. Vamos a intentar luchar, bueno, contra la lista es muy difícil el perro, aparte no lo he jugado bien, o sea,
muy bien. Bueno. Vale, pues perfecto, muchas gracias.
A ti,
ahora tienes hasta las 4:15, ¿vale? Pues a irte a descansarte, a refrescarte, y ahora veremos cómo te va el resto, ¿vale? Pero tened en cuenta de que yo he visto muchos de este lista. Quédate porque seguramente quedas sin cruzar con otro.
Administraré de otra manera.
Muy bien, vale.
Gracias,
Lorenzo, saluti! Sit down, let's take a look. So, when you sat down for that game, your comment was that, well, this is in your favour, this matchup, because he's got expertise.
No, it was one of the worst matchup I could ever face, I think, with the Ghost fan.
And so what do you think is it that really made it go in your favour?
I think Carlos was a bit nervous for being the first time in streaming. So
¿Tú crees que es eso? You think it's because of the streaming?
I don't know if it's the streaming or if it's because it's the first time that he went 2-0 at a big tournament. So he got a bit nervous.
He was nervous,
he made 2 big mistakes, and I needed mistakes opponent to win the matchup. And I also had the great luck with TLT. Without actions, and I couldn't even use Maul so much against Asagi. I just did the damage every time. So I had luck, and my opponent did mistakes. And it's what you need to win the bad matchup.
Tell me, why did you bring Lawful Rebel?
I used to play Ghost Bigs for a very long time.
It's true,
I went to Tatooine at second place with that. So when little fan started to make his boost in the game, I thought, let's try this. People win, so I used to play with a Ghost. Maybe I'll have fun with at least. I took to a regional and I won it. So and I had fun with this. I'm maybe one of the few people that can claim to have fun with that list.
Obviously, I mean, it definitely goes in your favour for people. People who criticise players for choosing this list. In your favour, obviously, it was something that you were already playing a similar variant of it. And so it was kind of like more of a natural progression.
I think it's even for some things it's more fun to play this version than the one that you played last 2 years. Because once fan is dead, you are arc dodging with a ship with PS3. So you have to make lots of calls without knowledge of what your opponent is going to do. So I like it because it's like poker. So
and what do you feel about the criticism that gets heaped on it?
I think for some part it's deserved, because I think that there is a combination of cards that do too much. I think that Ezra Maul, Sensor Jammer are too much free modification. Like I can do boost and then defend and also modify an attack. That's a bit too much to me. But I also think that many people criticize. Let's wait for.
Let's wait. There you go.
Many people criticize it without even trying to beat it. I've played it a lot, and I've lost many games because my opponent, instead of crying about this is too strong, tested against it and found a way to approach and to beat it. So I think that some critics are okay because that cards are too much, but also it's too easy to criticize without even trying to beat it.
Okay. Obviously, like I've been saying already, the problem is it's got such a consistent high level of damage output. In round 1 we saw Mishari playing against it, and it was Mishari got down to the point where it was a Asajj against the Lawful Fen, and there was just nothing that the Asajj could have done to prevent the avalanche of damage being put on top of her, because she's attacking back with 3 dice, but 1 gets cancelled through Sensor Jammer, and he's got an evade token already, so at most she can hope to get 2 damage on a turn, while he's consistently putting out 4 damage. And unless Asajj gets really good rolls, and so that's really where it just stacks up on that high end of damage output. And there's so much to chew through to take it down, and so
the issue is because all of that.
It's because of Maul and Ezra,
and also Sensor Jammer. I think Sensor Jammer is also big. Because
well,
I don't care with.
Sensor Jammer is pretty expensive in itself, huh?
Yeah, but being expensive, it's not enough by itself. Because if I can fit a 100-point list with expensive cards and still be good, the fact that those cards are expensive doesn't mean too much. But the problem,
I mean, obviously, well, this is then we talk about the problem we've got into. We're talking about X-Wing is now a 2-ship game, and has been for some time.
not just 2 ships because.
But mostly the high performance is 2 lists. It's 2 ship lists.
Yeah, that's much true.
Because of comboing, and then you're talking about you've got expensive upgrade cards because you didn't want to have a list of 4 ships that use these expensive upgrade cards, but then now you're getting to the point where you're using 2 ships.
But I think right now there are a very good Rebel 4 ships that can do well against Ghost Fan.
But
one thing that shapes the meta a lot right now for me is that Miranda Nim is the list that I think is the strongest of the meta. But it has a glaring issue that is very bad against Global Fan. Those 2 lists pretty much remove lots of other competitor because Nim Miranda preys on almost all the counters of the Ghost Fan, while the Ghost Fan is still there because it's very consistent in everything, and also is very good against Nim Miranda.
Okay, well, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time, mate.
Thank you for being here.
A pleasure. I wanted to come to. Well, you've seen what it's been like this region, this season. I've been like superstar of Europe. I was saying the other day, well, it's the first time I've been to Denmark in my life. It's the first time I've been to Germany. It's the first time I've been to Italy. I've never been to Italy before, so that's it, first time. And the funny thing.
I don't know how much free time you have to.
Very little. No, I don't get to see. So I always say that I've been to these places, but I've not seen them. It's like Madrid. I live in Spain. I've been to Madrid like 5 times in 2 years, but like I've never seen Madrid. I've just seen people playing with spaceships.
Okay. I wanna just say one last thing.
Go on then.
If there are people viewing from Germany or French, I think you guys should really think about setting up a team for the ETC.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's a shame that 2 big communities like Germany and French, the French ones, don't really have a team at one of the most fun tournament of X-Wing that we have.
No, the ETC is an excellent tournament, and not just that. They're like. I mean, obviously the guys get together and there's a very competitive aspect to it. But from what I've seen from the 2 ETCs, in the evening you all have a great time. And obviously there's a downside to the ETC is that it's expensive. It's getting 6 guys together, flying over to wherever it is.
It should be taken as both a tournament and an holiday.
And a holiday, So,
But if you guys can make a tournament team of your nation, do it because it's an awesome tournament.
And the objective is this year is that we will be streaming from the ETC.
Also
that's kind of like the plan at the moment. That's still got to be approved by the wife, but
let's see it.
I've got a sexy beard now.
Zagreb, it's a very nice place. To visit with the kids.
I can't get my wife to do that sort of stuff. No. She gets terrified of planes.
I just have 2 days of planes, then I'll come.
No, it will be for me. It'll be there and back, and that's it. And but I've just got to convince her.
Okay.
So anyway, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for streaming, as I said.
Round 2. Stay true. Stay true.
Thank you.
Okay.